So here I am filming a new episode of the Broken Kid podcast, and today, fam, well, let's just say I done fucked up because I eat too much In-N-Out. But that's okay, because here I am in the fucking shitty car. Don't want to be here. Don't want to finish anything. Don't want to go to school. Don't want to do anything. But here I am, chugging away, and I feel like sometimes a boy or a man can't move on. But you know what the biggest sin is? The biggest sin is that Bruce Wayne can't move on from everything. A man like him can't move on. If a man like him can't move on, how should the rest of us move on? He's a man who's trained in the darkest hour, bled, yet he still can't move on. He asked Selina Kyle, and he falls in love with her, and he still can't move on. What are we supposed to do? Where's my Selina Kyle? You know, I think about this kind of stuff. Plus, today's kind of a horrible day because I did go to a shitty restaurant and I had shitty food. Good thing I didn't pay for it. It's the only way me and my mom actually hang out. If she goes to this, she does this one thing where she goes to this place and she eats the food, and then she even follows the bit up by saying, that was delicious, even though it was really horrible. But I was at In-N-Out right now, and there's this creepy dude who's like really buff, and I was talking to the people, and none of them like him there. And I was telling them if there's a lot of people that I'd see in an alleyway that I would probably stand my ground or like run. If I saw him, I think I'd fucking crawl up the wall like Tobey Maguire in the first Spider-Man. But it's so funny because this is the one time that if I had to go up against this guy or Hulk, I'd rather go up against Hulk, because I know Hulk would kill me instantly, or either by accident by throwing a car and it accidentally landing on me. And because of that, I'm not terrified of him, because I don't think I feel fear towards this guy, because it's what you feel towards seeing everybody who looks at him either hates him or feels this fear because they know he's capable of like horrible things. And it's really weird, because like no one should be afraid of a human who's just like presenting themselves. They should be like you should be terrified of like the Terminator or Hulk or Loki or Batman gone rogue, or Superman gone rogue. Not a fucking, apparently this guy's like an ex-priest somehow. And this is like the one that's like, you better be careful what you confess to this guy, because if you confess the amount of times that you've watched like pornography, God forbid, your tranny pornography, God forbid, he's like, come to the other side, put your head in between my elbows and in between my elbow, and I'm gonna put you in a headlock. And meanwhile, he's pouring the fucking holy water on your head and giving you a fucking nuggie and crap and stuff. And but anyhow, I was listening to this one of the guys, one of the kids at In-N-Out, kids only just because he's like 17, 24, but he was telling me about how he has like a band and how he sings for his own band. Now he's a lead singer, and I'll talk about it later, or I'll probably put it in the description. And he's a good singer. He's really good at what he does. And I was talking about how his songs are actually good. We were talking about how when I was at the coffee shop, I made a joke about anorexic people and how I have anorexia. And I was telling her, I'm gonna go eat this food so I can bulk up. And she's like, oh, really? Are you? What are you trying to do? And it's like, I'm trying to get my weight up because I struggle with anorexia. And then I felt like I had divulged too much information and gave too much information away. So I decided to say, just kidding. And it was the worst thing I could have ever done, because it turned out that she also had anorexia. So in lying about giving, just to cover up that I gave too much information away, I actually ended up making the situation worse. And if I would have just been okay with being vulnerable, things would have been so much better. Because she would have been like, oh my God, me too. And we could have like not necessarily bonded over it, but just like we could have had a tender moment. But instead it was like taking a chicken and like choking it, and not in a good way, choking it to death. But and that was horrible. I felt horrible because I was like stepping on a daisy. And it was like accidentally stepping on a daisy, and I felt horrible. And then you look, you take your foot off the daisy, and you see that it's all crumbled and damaged, and it's gone to shit. And that was like pretty much it. Yeah. But I just want to move out of my house because my neighbors are harassing me. Like the other day, they ended up telling one of the gang. I think they ended up conspiring to take one of the gangsters to go and confront me, and it didn't really go well in his favor. And I don't know if you can go to jail, well, not go to jail, but I'm sure you can do something, or you can take it to a police officer finally, to like the police department. But I don't know if the police ever really do anything. Like I would imagine being a police officer is so hard because not all of it is about preventing. Sometimes it's about getting there to the scene once the crime has already been committed, and officers have it hard. But I don't really care. But I bought a CRTV. Now I have two, which I'm really excited about. But one of the things I'm trying to do with my life is like get a girlfriend. And that's so interesting because the whole thing with Batman is that he's like got all this money, and he puts on this act of being a playboy just so that he can cover up his Batman. Like, it's like he'd rather have sex with people to cover up his act than have it be exposed, which is like a good way, because nobody's gonna ever question you if you sleep with people. They might be like, hey, he's sleeping with lots of people. And also, that's the thing, like, they never address the STD. Like, I'm sure Batman has, like, some technology that creates, like, the perfect condom that allows him to have sex with whoever. And it's like, you don't have to replace it. It just stays on. But also, speaking of staying on, one thing that didn't stay on was my underwear. When I had a hole in my pants and my underwear, and I accidentally ended up exposing myself to somebody at a coffee shop, at the same coffee shop that I ended up offending the girl who was Jewish. So she's Jewish, and I made an anorexic joke, and I felt so bad. And then I started coming out with a bucket of ice, and I was like, that's a great... I didn't say this, but I thought, that's quite fitting. That's a great snack. It's no calorie. It's it's low calories, no calories, because it's ice. You can just drink it. It's like when somebody says, what's the melting point of ice? Well, it has to become water. Technically, it's water, because it becomes water now. And then it starts to boil. And that was really awkward. That was horrendous. So the moral of the story is don't act like an idiot. Well, no, actually, act like... Who cares? Act how you want, say what you want to say, and don't care.